We are at a God View link. Under God View link, we're going to have a special video right here, and we're going to put it right here for you guys so you can see it. As soon as I'm done with this video, I'll create a special one for this because it's complicated and we get a lot of phone call about it. It's very simple, but once you watch the video, you'll have a easier way to deal with this. Next thing is manage email templates. Uh, Basically, just two email templates you need to manage, which is your policy right here. Um, every email you send to the customer, especially mostly the confirmations you're going to send them, you'll have this policy. This is gibberish, doesn't mean anything. You might want to need to put your real policy here. This is just a template. Uh, Cancellation, no shows, everything. That way you're covered in case of a chargeback or something like that. Every confirmation you will send to the customer, you will have this on it. Okay. The next thing you might want to need for your in your emails, which is your airport instructions too. So it's very important that when somebody lands in your city, whatever airport you operate from, I would like to know what I'm doing. I'd like to know what phone I'm calling. It'll save you a lot of phone calls. People are going to start calling you from the plane, from the baggage claim, telling you what to do. If you give them this first email, then you're probably, if they follow your directions, then you'll have less phone calls and less headache. Plus, they'll feel comfortable once they book the car with you guys. Okay, the last thing is your links. Okay, this is the links you need to have in your website. Company page link. This is for your customers what they get to sign up. So, and your website is going to have log in or create an account. So here's what it looks like. So here's my demo site. My customers will create a login from here to get to manage their accounts. By the way, you don't have to be a customer to make reservations. You do not have to be a customer. But some people like to have accounts. Why do you need to have an account? Because if they have an account, you'll be able to actually give them discounts. They'll be able to print and email themselves their own receipts, look at their history. They're not going to bother you anymore for calling you for receipts or stuff like that. They can see their trips, future and past trips. So that's why you need to have a company page, but it's not necessary to make reservations. And this is your reservation link. So, in your website, when it says book now, you have to link it to this to be working. Instant quote, basically people can also get quotes if they don't want to, they just want to check things out. Let's see, let's scare them out a little bit. Let's do a quick quote in here. So 8 p.m. sedan, we'll do the airport. Remember that condition we had in our system? I don't know, Michigan Avenue and 20%. Let's see how much it's gonna give them. Give them $1,300. Remember the $1,000 exception we had there. So that will scare people away. Basically, if I like this price, I can just go to book now and I can finish the reservation and submit, and I will have same thing as an online reservation. Some people like this for better than a reservation link, but you're free to use whatever you want. This is an hourly reservation. This is for charters basically. So I'm gonna book a charter here. It's basically the same form, except it does not calculate the price. It will still show you the price. It has no exception or anything like the other one. UA 123. I'm gonna get picked up from the airport, going to first address. Avenue, City, Chicago, Illinois. Add another stop. 123 State, Street, City, Chicago, Illinois. Okay. Gratuity again. Remember, we have how many hours? When you set the card, you set 3 hours minimum. Let's try with 1 hour. Oh, first of all, it needs a date. Let's do it tomorrow. It says no, sorry. Time limit is 3 hours because in our setting for the sedan, we put 3 hour minimum. Okay, so we gotta change this to 3 hours. And then we get to see our prices here. Pickup airline, blah, blah, blah. So this is the hourly breakdown, your administration fee, all your settings that we did there are there. Total is 223 for 3 hours in a sedan. And you like this price, you proceed with the reservation as well. So you get the idea. Those links are what you need. A driver trip. This is actually a cool feature to have, but it's not necessary. Let's say you have 10 drivers. They drive around, and every week they have to submit their trips on a piece of paper, so you can compare it with your computer and see if there's any discrepancies or any errors. Or maybe you gave a trip to Joe, and Tommy is the one who's going to get paid for it. So you have them all submit this form right here. So my name is Tom, and this is my driver's email address. It's very important, that way they'll get the copy to themselves too. So I'm going to put my email here. So I'm going to add trips. It's a big plus sign. It's huge. Confirmation is 17404. My passenger name was John. And my commission, it was $33. My total fare was $66. A note, they can do it. They can use anything, notes. Basically, if you had extra time or something like that. Another one, Brian, $44. And total trip was $87. Note. And once I hit submit, okay, here's what I got. Basically, the limo company, will get this email, which is an invoice from Tom. I'm the driver. I'm going to send you this. You owe me I think you owe me $77. This is my cut. I booked 153 this week, and I owe $77. It'll make it easier for you to cut checks, and also you can compare with your reports. We'll get to reports later. It's going to be a different video about how to do reports. So basically, your company is set after this. You're good to go. Your forms are all working. Everything works. Somebody calls, they want a new reservation. If somebody that you know, well, let's make a reservation for now. Since you don't know anybody, your actually calendar is here and it's really empty. You don't want to have an empty calendar, by the way. So let's make a reservation. That's by the way, somebody calling for a reservation. Somebody called in. This is your admin system, by the way. It's not what people see online. It's what you see. So somebody calls in and say, hey, I need to book a car. All right, we're going to make a quick reservation. Email. Okay, the date. He wants the car today at 1 p.m. There are 2 people. Address. Let's not scare them away. Let's avoid the $1,000 trip we have in there. So Midway Airport going to O'Hare, for example, from airport to airport. Just an example. Airline UA 123. Oh, hold on, that's got to be an airport too. Let's do MDW UA 123. Gratuity 20%. He's going to pay me by credit card. By the way, you're the admin. You have the option to select what form of payment, but they don't on their link, reservation link, which looks similar, but it's not. This is your admin link. This is you, the owner. That's what form you use. It lets you skip a bunch of information like credit card or what have you, but in their system, they have to put a credit card. So let's calculate price. Depending on our mileage, you look like base price is 80, bunch of charges here, total is 114. Prices do not include tolls. This is what I told you about that message. Prices do not include tolls. Okay, he gave me his credit card anyway, so I'm going to take his credit card. Put that in futures, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and submit. So once you do that, the whole reservation opens up to you right here. And basically you get to do whatever you want. You want to change the price, no problem. let's say he called in a day later or another time and he said, you know what, I'm not going over here anymore. I'm just going to somewhere closer. I'm just going to go to 500 North Michigan, which is way closer, which is downtown. And all you have to do is hit here and hit recalculate. Remember here we're charging him for a lot of miles. So we're going to click here to recalculate. It's going to ask us, yes, would you like to change the price? Yes. Okay. Okay. Overtime. Pickup time cannot be for the current time. Yeah, because it's 4 o'clock now and this says 4 p.m. So let's do 11 p.m. Recalculate. Would you like to change the price? Yes. Okay. Okay. See, the price has changed now. My base fare is $50. Total price $74. Do something really, really far away. Let's do New York City. We're going from Chicago to New York City. Okay, and there is a price for that, $25.70. I'm exaggerating just to show you how things work here. So now we're gonna grab this and let's put something normal here, like 500 North State. Okay, you're gonna grab that, recalculate, and change the price. Okay, so we're back to a normal area right here. This special request, the customers will be able to see it. Internal note: this is for your reservation. So, great customer. Okay, and this special request will be shown to somebody calls and said, hey, I want to change the email. Let's put a real email here. I just want to show you what the confirmation looks like. Okay, so I'm going to grab this and we're going to save and we're going to send that email confirmation. Okay. And this is how you send the confirmation, by the way. You want to send confirmation, you click here and send email. Cancellation, same thing. So confirmation and send. Okay. Well, guess what? We have our first trip right now in our system. So we have that trip. If you click on calendar, you get to see it right here. It's 11 p.m. sedan, Mr. Smith. On your dispatch, it's right here. Okay. So we have our first reservation from John Smith. Okay. Now we need to select the driver to dispatch it to him, since it's running real quick. So we're gonna grab. See here, you have your drivers selected at first, and there is this line, and this is your affiliates. So I'm gonna give it to another driver. Similarly, they have the same. The same name. I guess I'm lacking creativity here. Should have selected a different name, but hey, we have a driver that matches. It might happen. So the driver's name is John Smith, and we're gonna dispatch it to him. Once I do this action right here, I'll get this pop-up that says, would you like to send the driver information to the customer? If I hit yes, the customer will get an email that tells him who the driver is. His name, first name, last name, cell phone number, what type of car he's driving, color, and his license plate. That way, let's say if he's coming down from a big building, like let's say the Sears Tower or the Empire State Building or what have you, and there's a line of black cars, he can just look at his license plate and go straight to his car instead of starting calling each other and being worried. So here I'm going to send him the confirmation. Yes. Now what just happened also for John Smith, the driver, is he got two things. He just got his text message with this job, text message with the whole job from A to Z. And number two, he got also an email to his email box with the job as well. Okay. And if I wanted to do that, but I don't want to send him the price, I don't want to send him this $74. All I have to do is I have to just click here before I dispatch it to him. Then he will get the whole information except money. Okay, so that will do it for dispatching. Now, the next thing is the driver calls me and said, hey, I picked up Mr. Smith and we're heading to the airport. You can just put customer in the car, status changed. When he gets there, clear at destination. So you get to change statuses. It's very important. Dispatch out of this whole statuses. Dispatch is very important. You have to have dispatch in every single trip because the system wants to know who the driver is to work correctly. And clear at destination, the system needs to know that job is done. That way, the system will do other things that we're going to get to after this. All right. So now this job is done. If you click on your calendar, here's a job. It's done. We're going to go to home, and here it says completed reservations. So we're going to grab here all my completed reservations with status clear at destinations will be listed here. They're all going to be listed here under smiley face. So here's my trip here. Now I get to do two things. Payment. If I click on payment here, I'm going to charge this guy. So if I have, like we said, authorize.net, I can just click here and I'll get information. I can charge him right here. But so far I don't have authorize.net, so it doesn't allow me. If he paid cash, you can mark it as cash and proceed. If you want to invoice him, you can invoice him and proceed. And a lot of people, they have credit card machines in the car, including Square, something like that. So, but you still want to tell the system like, hey, I charge this customer, so just leave me alone. Let me do what I do, because the system will not let you go without charging this trip. That way, if you forget to charge somebody, he's not gonna disappear. He will be on your face the whole time till you charge him. So this option, card charged outside the system, will tell the system, look, I charged him already, just leave it alone. So basically what you and when you do that, the customer will get an email receipt. I'm going to show you all the emails. I'm collecting them for you. So as soon as I hit this, customer will get an email receipt. Okay, it says charge outside the system, we're good. Okay, now we need to settle. Settling is basically dividing the money with the driver. So here's John Smith. Here is his breakdown of the fare. And here is my driver, John Smith again, 40%. He's got $20 on the base, $110 gratuity, gas surcharge $5, administration fee we get to keep. So this is the settings we did under driver settings. And by the way, even though you did those settings, you can actually change that. Let's say I want to give him $25 on here. He did a good job. And I'm going to give him whatever. The customer called and said, hey, I want to charge him another $20 for great service. I'm going to do $20 tip. And you total it here. 50. So basically you have control over how much you want to pay your driver. Even if your settings set differently, you can actually change that. I'm going to settle. Good. So basically once you do that, your job is completely done, and that trip is not in your system anymore. It goes to your archive. It did not disappear at all. It's still in the your reports, but basically your calendar is clear and you're ready to go for the next trip. Now John Smith calls again another day and said, hey guys, you guys took me the other day and I would like to take another trip back from the same address back to the airport. So you don't have to take all the information over and over and over again. You just click here, you go look for Smith or John, and all Smith's reservation are going to show up. And you're going to have two options, copy or round trip. Let's say Mr. Smith wants to go from 500th state going to Midway. If you do a round trip, it will flip. The drop-off becomes the pickup, and the pickup becomes the drop-off. That's what we're going to do right now. So we're going to round trip this. See, now he's going from here to the airport, and we're good. Price makes sense to me. We're good. You want to change anything on the price, you can. Well, we have airport fee here. You might want to change it, 0, and recalculate. Remember, airport fee only when we pick up from the airport. That's it, and we're going to change the date. He wants it for tomorrow. Let's do it today. Today at midnight, for example. Let's do 11:55. Those are tricky times. Okay. PM. Save. Okay. Now guess what? We already made that reservation, and he's already there. It took us not too much time to create that. So let's dispatch it again. Same thing. John Smith is going to pick up John Smith, dispatched. I want to send this confirmation to customer. Yes, I want to send it to the customer. Good. John Smith gets dropped off at the airport, clear at destination. We're done. We're going to go to home. We're gonna go to smiley face. We're gonna go to smiley face, and we're gonna do payment, settlement, the whole thing again. At the end of the week, the driver comes into the office. He said, hey, I need my money now. You're gonna go to reports and click on settlements, and you're gonna see his trip. He only did one because this one has not been settled yet. So let's just do this one quickly. So first of all, to settle, you have to be paid. So credit card charge outside the system, proceed. Okay, payment is done. Settlement, the driver needs his money. We'll give him $35 this month. We don't like his attitude. Settle, and click here. Good. Now, we go to report and settlement. Good, now he's got 2 trips. Like that, and John Smith, the driver, he owes, we owe him, how much? We owe him $89 right here. And he needs to take a piece of paper with him. We're gonna generate a PDF. And here's the trips. It's got a little, I'm sure it'll print okay though. We're gonna squeeze something here. So he takes this piece of paper with him and he's happy. He gets his mood back and we're good. So that's the whole system. In other videos, I'm gonna show you how to do invoicing and GodView. So, and how to create an invoice and GodView, and you'll be all set. All right.